Thank you so much for joining us. We really appreciate that we could have a representative of President Nasheed, Speaker of your House of Parliament, who in his role as Ambassador of CVF for Ambition has been very much at the inception of this whole concept of prosperity decade and plans. And so maybe if we could request you to share us some views by way of putting the vision for this initiative in context, we would really appreciate that.
Okay. Thank you, dear colleagues and friends. Thank you very much for giving me this opportunity. I'm very honored to represent the Honorable Speaker, President Nasheed, at this important event. It's always a great honor to address a CVF meeting because, as we all know, CVF began in 2009 in the Maldives under the leadership of President Nasheed. It was then just a club of 11 vulnerable countries. Now it has grown to 48 nations and is a force to be reckoned within international climate change. I am especially honored that the Honorable Speaker of the People's Majlis in Maldives, President Nasheed, has recently been appointed as CVF Ambassador for Ambition, as you rightly mentioned a while ago. As you all know, for Maldives, climate is a key part of our agenda because, like Bangladesh, the survival of our nation is hinged upon this important subject. The world is a long way from the 1.5 degrees pathway that is central to the Paris Agreement and the only realistic survival chance for vulnerable nations like ours. In this regard, we have a looming deadline. All countries who signed to Paris must submit their updated NDCs before midnight on 31st December. Maldives will play its part and submit before then. I would also like to address the issue of climate prosperity plans, which is causing considerable excitement among the developing countries. The Bangladesh Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina and President Nasheed have been among advocates of these ambitious and interesting plans. I was delighted to hear the Prime Minister announce Bangladesh's plan, which will be named after your father of the nation and independence hero, Sheikh Mujib. The aim of the prosperity plan is all about independence. Its aim is not to reduce economic growth or keep countries poor. It is quite the opposite. This plan aims to deliver the economic growth and prosperity that CVF countries rightfully demand, to eliminate poverty and allow LDCs to reach middle-income countries within the next 20 years. The climate prosperity plans are our pathways to true independence and empowerment. They will help vulnerable countries like the Maldives and Bangladesh to become prosperous, zero carbon, and stronger nations. The climate prosperity plan, of course, amounts to a fundamental rethinking on climate action and development. We are avoiding approaches anchored in barriers and impediments to growth. Instead, we want to embrace opportunities to attract investments, use and develop new technologies, enhance environmental sustainability and resilience, improve health outcomes, and, of course, jobs. We believe that rather than building climate strategies centered around development constraints, progress in lowering emissions and increasing climate resilience can be achieved as a byproduct of economic activity programmed climate smart. Of course, none of this can happen without financing, and it is therefore important that climate finance will be a major part of the climate prosperity plans, just as it will be at COP26. We need accelerated financing mechanisms to make zero carbon prosperity a reality. In conclusion, let me reiterate our full commitment to the CVF. We are very grateful for Bangladesh's leadership on climate change and the climate prosperity plans under the wise guidance of Prime Minister Sheikh Hasina. Together, working hand in hand, we hope we can achieve our developmental goals, decarbonize our economies, and help avert the menace of climate change. I thank you very much.